Uh, Good day, sir.
Good day. How are you?
Yes, welcome to Iguana TV.
Thank you. Thanks for
Uh,
having me.
Thank you. We are on to Right Honorable Sam Onuigbo. You all know him. And we want to clarify some issues that has to do with his contributions to bringing back the deleted courses in Michael Akbara University of Agriculture, Umudike. Honorable, please, can you tell us the part you played in bringing back the delisted courses in Michael Akbara University of Agriculture, Umudike?
Thank you very much indeed. When the news broke in 2016-2017 academic year that management science programs at Michael Okpara University of Agriculture had been delisted by the National Universities Commission, as a then representative of the people of Iguano, Umuahia North, Umuahia South, where the university was located in Umudiki, Iguano, I had to move a motion on the floor of the House of Representatives. And like I've told a number of friends and associates, that probably was one of my longest, toughest motions because it was debated for a very long time. The then Speaker, Yakubu Dogara, Right Honorable, His Excellency, he allowed us to exhaust the debate. And at the end of the debate of that, my motion, the House resolved to have a committee hearing. The motion was successful, and the House resolved to have a committee hearing. That committee hearing led to the summoning or inviting the representatives of the National Universities Commission, the leadership and representative of JAM, the three vice chancellors of the Federal Universities of Agriculture in Nigeria, that is Umudike, Makurdi, and Abeokuta, and other critical stakeholders, to attend that public hearing, that committee hearing. And in the course of the hearing, and because the delisting of those courses was based on a letter authored by a member of the executive, and I asked the National Universities Commission to show me evidence of the amendment of the National Universities Act, or that a new law now supersedes that, which empowered a member of the executive to write to more or less alter the provisions of the Act, which vests the National Universities Commission with its sole authority to approve the establishment of a university and to be able to monitor, assess, and determine courses to be mounted or courses to be listed. That's the entire function of the National Universities Commission. So in that hearing, they had no answer. And they left from that hearing, creating the impression that they were going to revert, but they did not. So that forced me to continue to push on this matter over the years. Up until 2024, where I continued to engage with them. And then it was at that point that was July 2024, that I met one of their senior executives and raised this matter again. Especially after learning that courses had been restored in one or two of those universities, because there were also some universities of technology that were affected. So I now asked why Omodike's own was different. Is it because of its geographical location, coming from the southeast? So on the strength of my presentation, the director of academic planning then said, Right Honorable, please go and tell your Vice Chancellor to write us a reminder and ensure that that reminder reaches the Executive Secretary. Well, make sure you have a copy so that we'll use it to follow up. And from Enugu, where this paper, because I presented a paper and he also presented a paper on climate change. from anywhere that happened at the Coast City University. I called the then Vice Chancellor, Professor Iwe, and said, do a letter to this requesting as a reminder that the National Universities Commission should revisit the matter. Initially, it seemed like it was not going to happen. But to be fair to them, they did the letter, sent it, and as soon as the letter was acknowledged by the National Universities Commission, that's Michael Abra University, brought a copy of the acknowledged letter to me to use in following up, since I've already set the machinery in motion. I did that until the National Universities Commission, after so many years, now wrote a letter saying that they were now prepared to come and do resource verification. And what follows resource verification is to pay money to enable them to come and carry out this resource verification. From there, they will now say whether they have enough manpower to run the courses or they do not have enough manpower, which will now influence their decision. After their visit, they approved that those courses be restored. However, there was still a link with the Minister of Agriculture, where the VC then said he needed to clear up. We waited until that was done. Then by January, February, they hadn't come. Even after the university, Michael Abba University had paid. So 17 officials of the College of Management Sciences, in this order, 11 professors and 5 doctorate degree holders with a junior staff, came to my house in Mumbai and said, please go and help us follow up on this matter. Because if you leave it the way it is sliding, it is possible for them to forget about it. So I went to the National Universities Commission, followed up, met with the Executive Secretary, Professor Ribadi, and narrated to him that this was a problem. But before going to Professor Ribadi, I had called the Director of Academic Planning, Alaji Giriye, who told me that no one else could authorize that because it was not within the cycle when they embark on such exercises. No one else will authorize it except the Executive Secretary. So I met with Professor Ribadi and told him the story. He listened to me, called the Director of Academic Planning, and verified if indeed Michael Okpara University of Agriculture had paid for this exercise. And the guy confirmed that yes, they had indeed paid, but they could not embark on it because they were waiting for it to begin around August of 2025. So I appealed to the Executive Secretary and he agreed to do something. So it was on the strength of that he sent out the team to come and do that verification exercise. But after doing the verification exercise, by the time they concluded, JAMB had taken place for the 2026-2027 academic year. So which means they were almost excluded. But it was observed that if they could give the approval by uploading Michael Okpara University on the JAMB portal, showing that they were offering these courses, that through the word of mouth and contacts, that they would be able to get students to come. And getting the letter to JAMB was a problem because that letter, which was supposed to go along with 12 universities approved by the Tinubu administration that the president wanted to commence at that period. Those ones went, but the letter didn't go. So I had to go back again to the National Universities Commission to follow up until we followed up to JAMB. And finally, JAMB uploaded that information on their portal. And that was all that was needed for us to now start talking to people saying, this university is offering this and all that and that. And then the College of Management Sciences and I think other sectors of the university went to work. And that's why at the end of the day, they admitted over 1,400 students for that college. Without people writing, for JAMB indicating that they were going to do the course. So for me, I think it's a major achievement for the university, for the people, for the area where the school is located, and maybe for humble people like me who took this up for close to about 8 years. So I'm happy that those courses have been, relisted, and that's why I made a big, billboard to show immense appreciation to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because it is under his administration that this was possible. And that big board is there very close to research. It has my picture, that of the Deputy Speaker, as well as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Nigeria. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. So, and I think that's what informed the university in giving me a award of ambassador plenipotentiary for, to the glory of God, restoring these courses and reviving the economic activity around Umudike, Amawa, Amaba, and beyond. So our children will no longer be going to Soka, Enugu, Port Harcourt in search of management science courses. They can now do that here at Umudike. So for me, I think I'm grateful to God for making this contribution, which I regard as probably one of the greatest contributions I've made to humanity in my struggles for academic pursuits.
Thank you.
Yeah.